Abraha hated the Kaaba so much that he gathered an army of 60,000 soldiers to attack it. The Kaaba had become the most sacred place for all Arabs, and people from all over the Arabian Peninsula would travel to Mecca to worship there, making a lot of money for a few people. Abraha was very angry about this because these poor people in Mecca didn't have any king or government, yet they were the center of the Arab world. So, before attacking, Abraha built a huge church in his capital, Sunnah, in Yemen, hoping people would stop visiting the Kaaba and come to his church instead. But this project failed badly, and Abraha's only option left was to destroy the Kaaba. Abraha wasn't born into royalty. He was a slave of a businessman in a small Roman city. The real problem was that Yemen and Abyssinia, modern-day Ethiopia, had been at war for a long time because Yemen was dominated by Jews, while Abyssinia was full of Christians. The Jews attacked the Christian areas, causing destruction, and this upset the Roman Empire, which was a Christian superpower at the time. The Romans helped the Abyssinians, defeating the Yemeni Jews. After this victory, Abraha grew very powerful and separated Yemen from Abyssinia. The king of Abyssinia was furious, so he sent another army, but this time, the soldiers killed their own general and joined Abraha's army. Abraha became the most powerful ruler in the Arabian Peninsula, and his influence spread everywhere, except for one thing. Every year, thousands of people traveled to Mecca to visit the Kaaba. Abraha thought to himself, "What's the big deal? I'll build a beautiful church too." He built an extravagant church in his capital, filled with jewels, making it the most magnificent building in the whole Arabian Peninsula. No one had ever seen anything like it. But despite all this, no one came to pray in his church, and they all continued going to the Kaaba. After spending so much money, Abraha had no choice but to attack the Kaaba. He gathered an army of 60,000 soldiers and marched toward Mecca. However, there is no mention in the historical records about Abraha actually going to Mecca. But recent findings, including Jewish inscriptions, reveal that Abraha wanted to destroy the Kaaba so that people would stop going there and start visiting his church. Once he reached the outskirts of Mecca, he captured some of the local people's camels. Abdul Muttalib, the leader of Mecca, came to negotiate and said, "You've taken my camels, return them to me." Abraha laughed and said, "I thought you were a brave man, and yet you're worried about your camels?" Abdul Muttalib replied, "I only care about my camels, but the owner of this house, the Kaaba, will protect it, and you'll soon know." The next day, Abraha ordered his army to attack, but his war elephant refused to move, no matter how much he tried. At that moment, a flock of birds appeared in the sky, each carrying a small stone in its beak. These birds had never been seen before, and after that day, no one ever saw them again. The birds dropped the stones on Abraha's army, killing them. Some historians believe it was a form of smallpox or an extreme disease, as the stones caused terrible damage to the soldiers, and their bodies became severely disfigured. Abraha's entire army was destroyed and they had to retreat. This news spread across the Arabian Peninsula, and the Quraysh tribe, the tribe of the Prophet Muhammad, became the new leaders of the region. After this event, even more people came to Mecca to perform the tawaf, the ritual walking around the Kaaba, and the annual Okaz fair became even more popular. The wealth of the people of Mecca grew tremendously. That same year, the eternal fire in the largest temple of Iran went out, and on the same day, a child was born in Mecca. His name was Muhammad.